Welcome, everybody. And I brought with me today Robert Bustamante. Robert, you're the director of the compliance department for MLS listings, and you have been sort of at the forefront of the introduction of clear cooperation and our solution to that, which is members only. But boy, Robert, it seems like everybody wants to call it coming soon. So what is members only?
Right. So on or about 2020, late 2019, 2020, NAR passed a mandatory policy change, which requires agents that are part of an MLS across the country, if you are advertising your listing to the public in any way, you then must add it to the MLS in some capacity as part of their clear cooperation policy 8.
Right. And that clear cooperation really was to make sure that everyone got to see the listings, not just privileged parties, let's say.
Right. So NAR's explanation and why it's a requirement has to do with fair housing, has to do with seller obligation, has to do with buyer obligations, these types of things that would not necessarily take place if it wasn't available to a broad audience and looking for all qualified buyers.
Okay.
So that's a subset. And basically, we, and like all other MLSs, had to implement that. And so we implemented ours in that same year. And we had it coming soon. If you recall, we had it coming soon.
Yeah, for years.
Yeah, it had a coming soon section. So we wanted to bring it into the Matrix General Search.
Okay.
But when we started talking to our subscribers about it, about implementing the policy mandate, their objection and the feedback was very clear that they wanted this private listing because their seller had a privacy concern.
Got it.
So when we brought it in and we implemented it, we thought, okay, how can we bring it into the MLS with the ultimate privacy for people that need that? And so we determined that what we would do is create a little private network, which we called Members Only.
Gotcha.
And that's how we got that name, that the listings would be on the MLS, but only our agents would be able to see them.
Right. Only the professionals are the members.
Right. That's the members. That's who gets to see them. That's the Members Only label, is that it's not out to the public. It doesn't go out in our data feeds. It's very private. It's for members only.
Right.
And then because some of the listings that are being talked about or promoted at tour or, anywhere along the line, because some of them are coming soon.
Right.
We have a members only coming soon, which we call do not show.
Okay.
Which means that it's not yet ready or available to show and sell. And because of that, we have no days on market accrual.
Gotcha.
So we have members only, do not show, no DOM, not quite ready. But because it's on the MLS, it fulfills the NAR clear cooperation requirement. And you can talk to your other agents about it all you want. I think I have a listing. It's in coming soon, members only, do not show. We think it's going to be available in 2 weeks. We think it's going to be about $1 million.
Right.
Let me know if you have a buyer that might be interested, and I'll contact you when it becomes available.
When we're ready to go. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the nature of members only. And then we have a show component which says, okay, my client is still very private, but I want people coming through to look at it, right? I want it to go on broker tour, right? I want to control all of the market activity on this property, but I want to sell it. So we have members only show, because it's members only. Remember, just those agents will see it. But since you've indicated the show, people can come and visit,
right?
Whatever you want, and you sell it, right? And it's actually a destination. So you would leave it there if you wanted to. It would be active, contingent, pending, and sold while it's still in show. It never has to go to the regular listing.
Right, the full, what we call throttling it all the way up. So, it's out there on the major public websites. No, you're moving it towards that larger full exposure, right? With active listing. But some of the confusion or some of the questions we always get is it an active listing? right? And it's an active listing. It's a members only type of active listing.
That's correct. That's correct. And it's live, it's active, it's just completely controlled by you using those steps.
Okay.
Members
for the benefit of the seller, right?
Because the seller has to be on board, of course. Right. That's the key. And one of the key elements is that it's just the audience size, really. Members only do not show. There's no audience. It's only members only. People can see it, but there's no real traffic audience, right?
Right.
Then you have members only show, is a very limited market. And I trust me, when you have members only show, it is very limited. You are going to need to promote it in some way.
But you're also getting a limited number of offers.
Very low. Yeah, exactly. But it meets the privacy concern of your seller.
Correct.
Then you have regular listing, which is, global market, and that's the highest level of marketing with the largest audience.
Right.
Right. And so what we've done is we've given you these 3 steps, the 3 possibilities, three ways of serving your client.
Okay.
And you can use them or not use them. Right? They're not required. You still have the ability to exclude a listing from the MLS. The seller just does not want it on there. You file the exclusion you send it in and instead of the listing, and you keep it within your own brokerage.
Right.
And you sell it to your own clients using your own agents, and that's fine. It just
I'm with Mark Messimer's incredible Intergalactic Realty. I can talk to the person in the cube next to me about it. Right. But I can't walk across the street and talk to
Robert's
brokers.
Roberts Realty. Yeah, right, exactly. When you do that, NAR is saying that you're signaling that it's best for my client to bring other brokers to this transaction.
Okay.
So if it's good for one, it's good for all, and that's why the clear cooperation rule is implemented.
And it really that ties to that show no show. No show means if you show it to one, you must show to all. You must make it into a show-enabled status.
That's right. And that's why, because there's no DOM accrual, no days on market, that means you're not marketing it.
Okay.
So it's just common sense, really. There's no real workaround there. And one of the ways to look at it is you have a way to get into the regular market, the large audience, with a 3-tier system, right?
Right.
And one of the benefits that we've implemented is each time you move it, to the new audience, to the audience size, it resets. It resets your price history, it resets your list date, and ultimately it resets your days on market so that you got to test your pricing while you're showing it. And then you go, you know what, we priced it too low. We got all kinds of offers. Let's go to the larger audience. We'll go to the global market. And you get a new price. And so, it's kind of a really neat way. It's an innovative way. And I think that kind of innovation is what kind of jars people because they're used to, just take it, to regular active and you're done.
Right.
You have this process, which is available. You don't have to use it. And I think you have the numbers that it's not everybody uses it. It's just.
Yeah. As of this morning, only 5% of our active listings are in a do not show environment.
Right. And so, most people get it ready, keep it quiet.
Yep.
And then they put it regular active and it sells in 10 days.
They come out with, all guns blazing, on the internet. I got the open house this weekend. I've got flyers.
Open house, broker tour. I got my fly, have my whole marketing program. And so I think sellers like that. I think sellers like the big show, data distribution. That's, it's just the evolution of the business and the internet world. And what we've done, we have members only. Again, to restate, members only is the who can see it,
right?
Okay? And then show and do not show is who can buy it,
right? And who can physically walk
through, yeah,
right.
And then regular active is just the highest form.
Yeah, everything's go.
Yeah,
Robert, let's talk about days on market because it is sort of listing agents don't want anybody to see it, and buyers agents want everyone to see it, right? So as the MLS, we have to balance the needs of all of our subscribers when it comes to days on market.
Right. If you're not going to show it and sell it, it's reasonable that you're not going to accrue days on market.
Okay.
Right. If you are going to show and sell it, it's reasonable that you do accrue some type of market activity.
Yeah, you are on the market.
Right, because that's part of the community that everybody subscribes to. They want to know what's the market activity for this zip code, what's the market activity for that city or that county, right? So we calculate that. But since we know that listing brokers, it's the what's it called? It's the mean old Mr. Dom, right? When it's in members only show, it will accrue in the background,
right?
But it won't display on the listing.
Yeah, dates are still there. You can
dates are still there. Yeah, but we try to just de-emphasize it, right? While it's in that period. Then regular active has everything. It's an old school way of calculating
getting that house sold. Yeah. I mean, when you're selling a house in less than 9 days, right? When it goes active, do I need to go?
Well, yeah. So people will ask, what kind of advertising, what kind of marketing can I?
Yeah, advertising is important,
right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when you're in our members only, do not show, that's our equivalent of coming soon.
Okay.
So you're able to promote it to the world because it's on the MLS.
So I can put a sign. I can put the sign in the front yard.
As long as it's indicated as coming soon.
Coming soon across the top.
And your seller has to be on board, because as soon as you put that sign up, somebody's going to walk up to him and go, hey, can I see this house, right? Okay. And you don't want to be out of sync. So you want to be in sync. Yeah.
So let's talk about that, because we've heard this happens. I'm in do not show because I'm still putting down new floors.
Right.
But the sign appears in the front lawn. It says coming soon on it.
Right.
So the neighbor walks over and knocks on the door and asks the owner, hey, I see you're for sale. I've got somebody who I would like to move here. Can I just look through? The second he steps into the home, you now move to
members only show.
Or
active, yeah, to some other listing type.
Okay.
Because you're discriminating against all the other brokers.
Everyone else.
Right. So don't do that. That's why I say your seller needs to be when they knock on the door, the seller say, let me give you my agent's phone number. We're not ready yet, and we have a marketing plan, right?
Okay.
Kind of thing, right?
Now, got the sign in the front lawn, coming soon sign writer on it. Can I go? And I'm in no show. Social media? Can I put it on my Facebook account?
Yeah, if it's your listing, you can.
Okay.
But again, you have to advertise it or promote it as coming soon.
Gotcha.
And you have to be ready to handle inquiries that you're generating. But think about what you're saying. The whole idea of putting it in there, camping it in coming soon, is you're getting it ready. It's not a way for you to work around days on market, or working around, I don't want to let my fellow broker, I want to cut this guy out or whatever. That's not the purpose. The purpose is to meet the seller requirements, right? For privacy. The seller isn't ready. The seller doesn't want it available yet. They don't want traffic yet. That's why you would use that. If you're going to try to be surreptitious or nefarious or any other kind of 10-letter word, don't put it on the MLS.
It's not what it's meant for at all.
Yeah, it's not what it's meant for at all. Right. Our system, like all the systems across the country, are for cooperation and inclusion.
Okay.
So you don't want to exclude intentionally somebody who has a qualified buyer.
Gotcha. I'm looking at my other notes here. The benefit certainly for the buyer's agent, right, is I now have listings that are members only. They're not out there in the general public. And so I can go to my buyer and say, look, there's not a lot on, you're not seeing all the properties on those public websites. Because I'm a member of MLS listings, I have access to properties that are getting ready to come to market.
Right.
Correct? That's the benefit.
Yeah. And you can actually send those listings to your clients. And the clients can see them in our client portal.
Yep.
They're branded, not yet available, So there's a lot of information being exchanged through the MLS while it's in this members only type.
Right.
Or similarly, you can lock it down to just a very narrow audience, just a trickle of traffic through members only show and
right. Or excluded, right?
Excluded, yeah, within your own brokerage. Yeah.
Right.
And always, you can put it in regular active, regular listing. So it's distributed, but you can say no internet.
Okay.
And it won't go to those destinations.
Correct.
So a reason I introduced that is because we try to give our listing brokers complete control of their listing, of their traffic, their distribution, these types of things, and all these are tools available to you from the service.
Right. And we ask that the buyer's agents, when you see that it's members only, do not show, please don't call the listing agent and try and talk your way in. Right. Let's be cooperative of all 17,000 other members of the MLS, and there are certainly rules that the listing agents has to follow, and there are also some, would you call them, guidelines for the buyer's agent as well?
Yeah, well, that's the code of ethics, standards of practice that you want to you have a duty to your other realtors to act professionally.
Right. And maintain the cooperative status.
Yeah. And you can contact the Do Not Show agent, go, hey, what's going on? Well, we're getting it ready. We're painting. When do you think it'll be available? I have a buyer ready, hot to go. Well, I'll give me his name or give me your name and I'll let you know as soon as we're ready, and he'll be first in line.
Yeah.
Right. You can always do that. I think it's to treat everybody equally. That's the statute.
Robert, a lot of good topics here. We could literally talk for hours on this topic, and we have before. But I'm a listing agent. I don't have a listing right now, but I know I'm going to get one in a couple of months. Can I give you a call? Compliance at MLSlistings.com probably is the best place to start asking the questions as you're determining how your seller wants to go to market. We call you, right?
Absolutely. And we try to provide everything that you heard here. We try to provide online as well. So we have a whole pro support community that we'll show you how to get there. And in there we have a series of tables and slides and can I do this and Q&A and these types of things. You can just cherry pick what it is you're looking for specifically.
Okay.
But if it's not there and you have a question or need some help, definitely contact us. We'll be glad to help.
Okay. And if I'm a buyer's agent and, I see something that just doesn't look right, the sign says coming soon, yet I'm seeing people walk through the house, right? Can I get in touch with the MLS and let them know something's not right here?
Yeah. So we have a whole process for cut out or designed for reporting clear cooperation violations.
Okay.
Where the listing agent is not making this property available to all the members only or the subscriber base, but yet they're advertising or they're promoting it to the public.
Right.
You just go into that same pro support community. You type in, coming soon or anything like that. You'll get to our clear cooperation wizard. You click on that and just walk you through the steps to report it. And we get a reasonable amount of reports, but the compliance department will enforce the rules, and we have our board of directors gave us a complete set of enforcement tools, which can be pretty severe. So the thing to do is just not march down that road.
Right. Exactly. Call, ask questions, find out what the rules are, and then comply with the rules and guidelines. I think it's important to note, if you see that listing and you do report it, we're not going to call you in as the state's witness, right? During the
and Robert and Mark don't write the rules, right? And we don't write the enforcement. We don't write how much the penalty be. These are done by our board of directors and our MLS rules committee. Okay. Your own peers are the ones that create the rules, and we're just there to put them into effect, make sure that we have. They call it a level playing ground, but I think the better description is that it's a cooperative platform.
And as we're closing, I think it's important to also know, Robert, members only was designed by everyone's peers, right? The brokers got in. We actually did a slight modification to it. We put it out originally and then got some feedback and came back with sort of phase 2, right? We loosened it up, especially days on market and price reset. So there's a continued dialogue taking place on this, and we welcome the input, through multiple channels up to our leadership and governance on the members only coming soon topic.
Yeah, it's a tough topic, right? A property's code is what does coming soon mean anymore, and so we have our best shot at how we implemented it. We think it's a very good, innovative almost clever design, right? The 1, 2, 3 on your mark and set,
Right.
go. And just people stumbled over, going back to the beginning, stumbled over, well, what is members only, that term?
Right.
And that's what it means. It means it's visible only to our members, the listing. Now that it's visible to you, how can I sell it? Well, we have do not show, we have show, and then we have not members only regular listing. So,
Right.
that's kind of what we want the takeaway today to be, is that's how we got to that point.
Wonderful. Robert, thanks for your time.
Sure.
Always good to talk to you. Folks, compliance at MLSlistings.com. Get you connected with Robert and his team, and they can always help you out as you take your listing to market. Thanks, Robert. Appreciate your time.
All right. Thank you.